Yeah. Okay, well, I can't get my fucking iPad to like screen share to my PC anymore because everything is like subscription based. So I'm going to use my mouse and just sketch some shit on MS Paint because I wanted to just sketch a full page of just some bullshit. But I this is just how I have to do it live, I guess. So, but in the meantime, I wanted to just ramble about a subject, I guess, while I do this. Um, but now that I've given myself this task, I don't think I can even talk about it. It's gonna be way too much going on, bro. Hold on. Let me embarrass myself with a fucking pre-sketch first. Above all other things. Holy shit, hold on. And I don't have a shirt on or like pants. So I wanna prove that I'm like hold on. Okay. Let me make sure people know I am only using, and yes, I'm right-handed. I am only using a fucking mouse right now with a little DPI thing, so that's gonna help me. But that dude. Okay, let me. All right. So, let me see here. I'm gonna be a little nostalgic. If I'm on MS Paint, if I'm stuck here, then I'm gonna try to just do I wish I could find some of them. But the MS Paint drawings that used to be on YouTube of like Goku and shit, like specifically Goku Super Saiyan 2, MS Paint, that shit was more than inspiring to me. That's what helped me get like, oh man, I'm seeing the live drawing technique. So that was like my real first like live drawing experience, I think. That was 20 years ago. Holy shit. Yeah, because I think I was watching that shit when I was like 9, right? I'm saying right. Like I'm the one who has to answer that shit. Yeah, I think so. Um, that that changed the gosh darn fucking game for me, dude, and maybe for like millions of others. Right now, it looks a little like vagina, uh, Vegeta. Let me try to switch that around. Here's some of the other. Here's like an amateur issue. Um, fucking not like getting uh the composite right, so you can't even see the top of his head properly. Whatever, you can deal with that. It's fine. Fuck. You just keep it sketchy. I'm like, I don't want to edge towards that fucking uh erase fucking Control Z. I'm putting so much brain power into this. That's embarrassing. I can't talk because I'm stupid. This is taking up way too much RAM in my head, and therefore maybe it's from all the moshing and shit. I don't know, but I've been like marginally, partially, maybe a little bit concussed like twice. My eyes never did that weird dilating thing, so I was fine. I went to sleep and woke up. I'm not dead, so I'm still pretty fine. But if something occurs when I'm older, it'll be fine because old people are supposed to be like dumb or something. So it'll be okay. I could be a cool dumb old guy. I'm already a cool dumb old guy. There's like constant. I'm doing things constantly to prove that to be the case. So it's fine. And I don't know how well it's picking up right now, but I'm currently listening to Crime Slug, the best band you've never heard of. I'd give them a listen if I were you. Wiggers of Oz? Come on now. And I'm hoping this doesn't give me any copyright shit. They are niche as fuck. Like, there's no way in hell. But YouTube might pick up something. Hopefully not. But I desperately need a little bit of background noise because I can't carry this on my own. I can't carry this on my own now. I don't know how loud to make it. Okay. Okay. Fake fan moment. There is a specific number of hanging bangs that Goku has when he's in Super Saiyan 2, and it's not the same as the Sun's. I'm trying to get that right now. Oh, Jesus. Also, his neck should probably be a little thicker, but we're gonna forgo all of that crap and just go for it. Yeah, you go, girl. You draw on MSpaint on like you're a fucking Indonesian. This is the only editing, this is the only drawing software you got. I literally do feel like I'm like Nigerian right now, and I'm fucking like floating on like, I'm floating in like what's basically a glorified bay sewer on like illegally built houses, and this is my this is my drawing tutorial of Goku. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Those arms are pissing me off. Something about this position. Hold on. Alright. Yeah, it's a little... Okay. Okay, I don't want to avoid the face anymore. I'm gonna just have to cheat. Hold on. Let me get this. SSJ2 Goku. I put a Y in there. I can't fucking type. Oh yeah. Yeah, see, it's like an awkward amount of, So he's got 3, but they're separate. Each one is separated by one other one that would have been up. This one's probably closer to that. This is like 2 separated by 1. Yeah, I'll just... Yeah, okay, I'll just do... Yeah, I'll just do that. Yeah, okay, I'll just go ahead and do that. Yeah. Also, I want you to notice something interesting about Toriyama style back when it was like around Buu Saga or whatever the hell. Back in the day, like, look at the... Oops. Okay. What am I supposed to do here? Alright. Let me do this. Okay, so back in the day, he used to do the side of the face, like where the cheek and eyebrows were, if he was doing like a 3/4 angle, like this. Oh, Jesus, that sucks. Still using a mouse, by the way. Kind of like, it had this, like the brow was right here, the eyes were, yeah, right there, fucking... It used to be more cheeky, right? There's a lot more cheek there. Once we hit like Buu Saga, it started to like it just flattened out almost entirely. See, it's like kind of just like I recognize it as like a quarter of like an octagon, or like maybe something bigger than that, honestly. But yeah, then you see the fucking everything right here just goes like that now. That's something I've noticed. That was awful. Just sketch out like that. Oh my god, man. I don't like doing... Well, you know, that's a lie. I actually kind of dig doing this. This is kind of fun. But... Let me see here. Like that. Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's what I'm supposed to do. That's how it happens. That's how that gets allowed in. Well... Also, yeah, DBZ helped me a lot with my initial drawing. Yeah, peep the wallpaper bit. Now, it helped me a lot initially because of, like, the hair always had a sense of continuity to it. Because they're just big quills, it's like, that's why a lot of DBZ heads are, like, Sonic fans. And deeply autistic and, like, have anger issues. Maybe I think Sonic fans have a little less anger issues than like DBZ fans back in the day, but anyways, like each one of these had to like go somewhere, so that helped me early on to like accept that if I'm gonna draw something, I need to make sure it fulfills some kind of visual purpose, or like kind of like it goes somewhere, it makes sense whenever you're looking at it. Okay. Now, for the annoying part. This whole thing was the annoying part, but here's the more annoying part, I guess. Yeah, it's funny. I was originally gonna, like, come on here, have a little bit of Crime Slug on in the background, and then talk about, like, talk about my brain for a bit, but I can't think about my brain at all right now, dude. That was a miscalculation. I'm sorry. I'll have to do that another time. Because you guys know I'm on that like schizo stuff, so I would love to operate in that functionality right now. It's just it's simply impossible to do. Hold on. Maybe if I get to a good point here, because I'm not gonna stop with Kakarot, you know? I'm gonna do some other characters from other shit that may or may not be congruent to this character here. The eyes are a little bit too fucking close together. Which means that you have to start over. Isn't that right? Motherfucker. Okay. I fucking love this band. That was obnoxious as hell. Okay. Well, you know, I'm in an interesting spot here. I think I can talk a little bit about my schizo mind. I have two. If I were to start a cult, this is a great start. If I were to start a cult, I already have two major tenets in mind that would be useful for like my method of saving the world through my little militia. You know, say we like survive something cataclysmic and we're like the last ones left to like guide humanity. It would be to maintain at the highest level innocence and responsibility. And how would I break that down? What does that, the fuck does that mean? Innocence. Are you gonna have another island? Do you want to do a new island? Epstein Planet? What the fuck do you mean innocent? What I mean by that is to be without wrongdoing, without guilt. Not that you can't like make mistakes or whatever the hell, you know, but it's to be without guilt. To understand oneself and their surroundings for what it is, accept it for what it is, accept yourself for what you are. Which you've seen in maybe a perverse or maybe even a very annoying, chaotic way. You've seen a lot of people do a lot of the self-acceptance thing in a way that's like kind of implying like an undercurrent to have you do it for them. Except like the acceptance, that is. But point being, it's all about just it's a stage in your life that you're most familiar with when you are infantile, right? Which is why it's usually associated with infancy. But this is infancy, maternity, childhood. This is like the 0 point clear aspect of what your soul looks like. I'm trying to find my fucking... Okay, there's my... Yeah, I was trying to get my reference back of Goku. That is your 0 point of like everything. And that's also what people are appealed to when it comes to nature and things like this. Like when you need a good getaway, you look towards something that is untouched, innocent. You know, it is without wrongdoing. It is what it is. Just the beauty of nature, the beauty of everything is supposed to be like that. That's what that represents, right? Responsibility, however, is whenever you give it a place to be. Innocence is like a seed, you know? But responsibility is placing it where it's supposed to go. Like you can't plant something tropical in like a tundra. Or even just like, I don't know, Wisconsin. You know, you can't, it would be irresponsible. Which is kind of, and these two tenets, the reason why I keep it to 2 is because 2 is the closest thing to the 1, the singularity of all things. Duality is the one step below what is perceived to be God, basically. Which is why you have binaries between genders, or the way that you're designed with having 2 eyes, having a left and a right side, having balance, helixes, having wavelengths that go back and forth, up, down, left, right, in, out, you know? It's one to the other. These things dance in tandem, and they define each other based on that dynamic alone. When you just have one thing, you basically have 0 point. You know, everything is just one thing, so it's redundant to even mark it as 1. There's really only 0 and 1. There's 0 point, meaning everything all in one thing. Everything just as it is. 0 point, which is like the feminine magnetic principle. Oh my god, I'm getting too into it. I'm using my hands to talk and I can't fucking draw. The feminine magnetic principle. That's what comes first in the sequence of like metaphysical reality. The second thing that come out of it, as in the darkness comes out from darkness comes light, is the masculine principle. It's like you can't have a clap of like lightning or thunder without clouds to like bundle up and like give you the potential for something to even come out of it. It's like it's a bundle of chaos, and it's given control. It's giving continuity through purpose, through bang, there you go, or through rain. You know, it doesn't have to necessarily be thunder or lightning, but it is masculine energy is more akin to like electricity. Like the feminine energy is magnetic, and then masculine energy is electric. Like that's kind of how it's like. That's how it's described in a lot of these sort of like metaphysical mumbo jumbo fields, which I take great pleasure in knowing about and utilizing as a screen or a filter for the way my mind works to understand my reality. It's so I can be like less stressed out about shit. Some call it a cope or whatever, right? But others call it, oh, that's what I've been talking about. You just articulated it in a way I just didn't ever think about before. Something like that. Or maybe it wasn't even that profound. Maybe it was as retarded as it probably sounds. Maybe you don't know what the hell I was talking about. But I have to talk about something because that's what this is all for. That's essentially what this is all for. Just for me to fucking yammer. But yeah, I think so. Innocence and responsibility. Responsibility is the masculine or paternal half to the to the motto of innocence, or like sustaining that. Like it's like, okay, we have a baby now. I have the wife, I have the baby, but how the hell am I going to keep them alive? You know, that's where the responsibility comes in. And this is an energy that isn't exclusively expressed through someone who's male, someone who's female. It's just when you're in the body, when you're in the body of something, it's just like the yin yang thing. Everyone has seen the yin yang. I think it's not that hard to convey the idea of like, yeah, everything that is one thing also has a little bit of the other in it, which is imperative. Why is it that way? It's so that you're able to recognize and interface with that thing so that more life can thrive and exist. If you didn't have a little bit, if every man didn't have a little bit of woman in them, they would just kill everything and everyone. If every woman didn't have a little bit of man in them, giggity, they would putrefy. They would just they would settle into some kind of hideous swamp-like state and let things coagulate and decay and just be hideous and decrepit. It would just be constant disorganized. It'd just be so horribly disorganized. And you can see this blossom within plenty of underdeveloped ladies who are just of age. Like I call them grown little girls, because there's certain men out there in this world you wouldn't consider men because they're just fucking stupid. They're god awful retarded and like destructive to their own like kind and humanity and all this, or just like, you know, just wastes of space. You don't look at Christian and call him a man, despite the sex change thing. But that was done with the butter knife. Even those motherfuckers don't claim him. You know what I mean? Like, there's just certain things within your actions. Even if there's two different worlds of like maturity. It's like, okay, I have to cut there for a second. There was other noises happening. So like, there's other levels of maturity. There's ways to look at maturity. There's maturity where you have like the objective maturity where you're like, like, you know, you check someone's ID and they're like, yeah, they're fucking mature. They're the fucking over 18 or whatever. They're of drinking age or something. But then you just have like the general mental capacity of that person to be able to just operate properly. Like, there's personality quirks that people will have that can I'm trying to think about which kind of brush I want to use right now for the line, because I want to make it a little bit thicker here. But like, would that be? Yeah, it's good. So there, even like past the people are like, your frontal lobe comes in when you're like 25. I remember turning 25 and then shit happened different to me. I did not feel different. I didn't feel like all of a sudden I was like, wait a minute, My actions have consequences. I like knew that as a little kid, so I do not understand people who don't have that like already in their system by the time they're at least able to drive, which is crazy to me. Like if you say that like oh the frontal lobe isn't developed by then like what? Why are you letting them onto the road with these Maibatsu monstrosities that could just kill a person and like you barely have to tap on the accelerator. You could just kind of lean to the left or right just a little too much anywhere residentially, and bam, you've caused horror. You've done bad. You've done goofed, and it could be mortal mortal consequences. All that to say, like I just don't buy it. I think if someone's like dumb past a certain age, they know what they're doing. They're just letting a little gremlin in their head, like, being like, yeah, keep doing bad. You gotta keep doing bad. Yeah, that's good. Like whenever you can't stop eating like candy or something like that, it's just like you know what you're doing, otherwise you couldn't do it. There's no that's a relinquishment of innocence. That's a loss of innocence. To do wrong by your own body consciousness and all this stuff. And continue to fucking like like look. Usually, people act all sorry once they get caught by like an authority figure or something like that. It's just how that goes. Unless, of course, they have a strong conviction to be able to catch themselves on their own. Those people are lethal in this world. They're the best. The ones that you keep having to like teach are annoying as hell, and it would be best to throw them to the wolves after a while. Because they will drag you under. In fact, that's kind of one of the reasons why like certain motherly archetypes find it hard to discipline children that are like unruly, because of the general more feminine principle of like acceptance of things, like the innocence of things. Like it's almost like unconditional. In fact, unconditionalness is more of a feminine energy. Like perceive things as unconditional. You know, like you don't have to let it prove itself to be like whatever, you know. It's like this is a dangerous game to play when something needs to be developed properly, such as like, you know, the way you operate in this world. You don't even have to be like a good worker or something like that. You just have to like be good. For goodness sakes, do the right thing. That movie sold. That's what that damn movie said. It ain't that hard. It only is if there's an established paradigm in which it's like not encouraged to do so. But you have to ask yourself, for what reason? Well, I don't know. I've always had that like sort of revolutionary outcast mentality because I'm like, just if this truly is your one life, then why spend it being retarded? Like there's so much more benefit to not doing that, especially for everyone else. I mean, when I eventually roll into the conversation of like conspiracies and stuff, or like, you know, the powers that be, I've been into this particular conversation since I was like 16. So for over like 13 years, I still haven't come to a solid conclusion as to why these lizards, if you want to call them that, do what the hell they do, because it would just be a better world for everyone if we just lived in symbiosis and didn't deal with all this shit. Most of the things, like everything that's like people have like occupations of that aid to destroy the planet, everything that people do to like that cater to like a physical appetite, whether it's like even like whether it's food, like an appetite for food, appetite for entertainment, appetite for even like people, like sexuality and all this stuff, like those all those things don't feel inherently human to me. I feel like a lot of them were like coerced or like developed artificially by a lot of these like greedy evil people, so that then you would like take it on as your own, give life to their schematic, and then as you breathe life into it, it takes your own. It was always in my mind, especially as a dang child, it was just imperative to me to like stay still and like understand where I am, why I am. That's what made sense to me. Like, nothing makes sense unless you make the fundamentals make sense. And if none of that, if you can't make sense of any of that, then what's the point of doing anything, really? You know, it all just falls apart in my mind. To me, that's where the fuck that's what happens. I don't know. Actually, no, I do know. I think that's like literally the right way to go about it all. It's weird that it takes a very specific type of person to even like contemplate things that way, but okay. Let me see something here. Get some more background noise in here. This thickening these lines is actually pretty cool right now. Oh shit. Oh, I forgot. I can like tap the scroll part and I can draw with that. I don't like that because I also can move up and down with this, so I can literally do that. Yeah, no. Maybe it'll be useful for something else, but not for me, not now. Hell no. But yeah, so okay, like you have distinguished innocence and responsibility. If you're in a world where majority of people sort of follow that the same way that most people follow the law of like not, you know, pooping with the door open, we have company. Like most people will follow that. I think some won't, but they'll. If you have the conviction to correct them, then you'd be fine. Like I think as long as when people have, and in exactly this order, have the ability to have introspective insight. I just said the same thing twice. If people have the insight to like see things for what they are, see themselves for what they are, just keep things blank, innocent, and just know that like you won't ever fall for a vicarious experience because that would be relinquishing your innocence. Because it's like even though it can be seemingly cold-hearted, anti-empathetic, or whatever. If you see something on the news, on the news or whatever, and it makes you feel some type of way, but you do realize because understanding reality is no excuse. This is something broadcasted by a network that has a rating system, and it's based in entertainment. So not only are these people sick for utilizing other people's pain and suffering as entertainment, and to even say that it's like informative or like necessary to educate, these things that have happened are not supposed to be your problem. You're being fed issues and it messes with your spirit. You're supposed to leave everything that isn't your problem alone. You learn that from other things, from just not being nosy about other instances, but like for whatever reason, the one that you're hand fed by like shady people, that's the one that you're gonna go for. That's the one you're gonna use to like notify, like to quantify your reality. That's insanity to me. Especially when you consider the idea that like this isn't, they're not the new Bible. The news is not the new Bible. A lot of motherfuckers use it as like a precursor, like a way to like kind of replace scripture in a way. And they don't even need that either. You don't even need a book to tell you what to do. It's just it's the vicarious experience that will just kill people. You'll die from stress or participating in the next thing they want you to do as a response to something that seems, even if it wasn't controlled or contrived, it's just like, what benefit do you get for falling for any of it? It doesn't make any sense to me. Especially when you're not the proprietor of such things. Like, there's another way you can, like, lose your innocence is by assuming or adhering someone else's accomplishments, whether they're good or bad accomplishments, to your own. Because they happen to look like you or something, or they're from a similar city, or even from the same house. As long as there's a difference there, you shouldn't consider them the same anything at all for whatever reason at all. You don't take on the guilt of anybody else. You don't take, like, if someone of the same race as you in the same line punched an old lady in the back of the head, wouldn't it make sense for anybody to be like, to turn to you instead of them, and then be like, what the hell did you do that for? Because that's the mentality a lot of you idiots have. But it just takes more mental energy I think this one's about done. This is fucking nice. Mouse, baby. I think it takes more mental energy to just maintain a sense of individuality. Like, okay, this motherfucker fucked up here. And there is definitely a pattern that you can see, but when there is outliers who do not participate in the same thing, then your formula is flawed and it has to be refined so you can actually tackle the issue. You don't want to just have something that's just broad like that. The only reason anyone does that kind of mentality where they like throw the baby out with the bathwater is because they're too weak to deal with the issue at hand with the mental capacity they got. It's which in and of itself is innocent, even though it is annoying and it will destroy the world. It is innocent to just like, oh, I have no power in this scenario and I'm freaked out. I feel overwhelmed. I'm going to just assume anything similar to what I've seen unfold is going to just be the thing to avoid. Even though Sonic told you already, danger is lurking around every turn. Not just the one over there with the browno. No, the honky also has some issues too. You gotta look out for him. But they know that. They had their own island where more contempt and wars have happened in recent times than anything. And it keeps going because they're like, the Illuminati keeps sending in people that aren't from there over there to stir up some shit while their government is like the biggest pussy government on the planet. Anyways, it's getting into a whole other thing. But that's my take on vicarious experience. You can't take things into yourself. You can only handle information as it is given to you in the most autistic way possible, which is just sort of dissociate with it. Know that you have information, and that is it. You can't necessarily discern how real it is or whether to utilize it or nothing like that. That's just how it's supposed to be. Maintain your innocence and your responsibility. If you happen to have something that is truly relevant to your life at all, then that's whenever the responsibility kicks in. That's whenever you actually do something about it, right? So there you go. But I mean, you also have to assess how many times in your life have you encountered these things before it became relevant somewhere else. Like some of the most relevant things in the news that matter would be like the weather, I guess. But even then they're kind of wrong about that. You just gotta know what something is and then take care of it. Innocence and responsibility is literally nature and nurture combined. Nature is just, it is as it is what it is, and there it is. Nurture is like, how do I fucking take care of this thing? And if you take care of the thing, then it's gonna be where it belongs. And if it's where it belongs and it's blissful and it's happy and it's doing well and it's in synchronicity with everything else and symbiosis or whatever the fuck, then you literally create heaven on earth immediately. Hell, sometimes you don't even have to do anything about it. You can just sleep. Sometimes all people have to do is go to sleep. Like, heaven on earth is an independent variable. You have to actively fuck things up for it to be bad. Like, everyone's been like, oh, I want to die at some point, whether they meant it or not, in whatever capacity. But they weren't born thinking that. Something down the line had to fuck them up for them to get that way. That's as far as I've noticed. Oh, raccoon feeding. Hey, look at that. Okay, so like, that's my principle, especially whenever the sleep motif, you heal the most in your sleep. What the hell do you do in your sleep? And it's the easiest thing to do. In fact, it's mandatory. It's not just like, it's not something that's like complicated, like loophole paperwork or whatever the fuck. It's like, oh, do this or that. This is a life hack. Going to sleep. You are forced to. In fact, if you don't do it, you'll die. And then it'll be a much greater sleep. But you have to sleep, recoup, rest, and like heal. And go back to reality. Reality really is in your dreams. It's one of the things that can't be dictated, the things that like the sun, like the grass that grows, like it doesn't matter how much you stomp it out. That's like what reality actually is. It's what matters. There's no reason to fight back against it. That's actually demonic. You're supposed to work with it. So anything that doesn't work with that, especially if it's benevolent, if it's actually doing you favors, like giving you air and light and literally life, like everything, it's just no good. It's just no good. You may have to temporarily interface with these things that are slowly killing you, but just always know it's not supposed to be there, and that should be good enough for a time being. Sometimes just having it in your head like this sucks, even just complaining about it, like that will save you quite a bit. I think. I feel like that should, because it's like hanging out with someone, but you always have in the back of their head like, man, they rape stray cats. Like, dude knows how to talk game, dude. We have a lot in common. Fucking has a nice house and everything like that. He's really cordial and stuff, but he rapes stray cats like regularly. It didn't just happen once. It keeps happening. I'm not around to see it, but I have evidence. And sometimes out of sight, out of mind's for the best. I mean, if I know he does it, but if I saw it happen, that's when I'm gonna have to cut him off. Oh, I forgot what my point was, but that, yeah, you shouldn't ever be in a place of life like that. But it can be overwhelming because you realize, oh man, if I do the right thing, then everything has to crumble. Kind of like people who throw away, what am I gonna do next? Hold on, I've been like wiggling my fucking shit around, thinking about what else to make. All right, I'm gonna totally heel turn. I'm gonna heel turn what I draw next here. Okay. Yeah, maybe something like. Yeah. Okay, so fuck. Oh god. I'm losing everything here. I'm losing the plot, my thoughts, the train that they were on. It's headed somewhere I can't reach anymore. Okay. Holy shit. Derpy. Alright. Yeah, it should be good. So, like... Oh my god. I can't think. I can't fucking think. I can't think. My train of thought is gone, brother. We lost it. I've lost everything. I did something funny. I forgot what I was meant to do. I forgot my purpose on it. Okay. Alright. Okay. All with the mouse again. This is actually, it's not that bad with the mouse. If you got the right DPI. If you're like super, like, oh. Dude, like, I'm so used to the cadence and the dexterity of illustrating that this is like, yeah, nice little flex. But like, some of this is just kind of, just comes to me naturally, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, make that bitch look stupid. Make this bitch stupid. That's right. Yeah, damn it. Make her look fucking stupid. Ooh. How retarded is you, babe? Ooh. Fine shit looking retarded. I gotta give me some of that. Fine shit looking downright stupid. I gotta get me some. Okay, alright. I have another point to the innocence responsibility thing. To my my cult. What we're gonna be doing we're gonna be good people. Okay. Here's something to that other point. I think whenever you have enough innocence in you and you're like, okay, I've discovered who I am. I'm a blossoming, metamorphic flower. I'm a freak and you guys need to love me. If you convey that point in such a way that isn't cringy and that isn't where it clearly wouldn't belong, you will be in paradise. You'll be fine. You'll have done your job. And people will thank you for it. They'll feel more enriched by it. They'll feel closer to you. They'll be real happy. If you step in territory where it doesn't belong, you swap the you smacked the bee's nest or a wasp nest, and you're complaining about the constant stinging. You know, they're territorial. I think which is another, which is just innocence combating with more innocence. Like they're not really. It's best if people do just by default try to find an understanding of each other. Like, why is this happening? Where is this going? Yada fucking yada. But like, it's you can't. You can't have a good point and then protest about it in such a way that makes you look annoying. Then it doesn't matter what you said. Like you have to be able to. I don't know how to make her smile. I don't know what kind of smile to go with here. I've fucked it up. Like you can't. I guess you could do. You can do whatever you want, right? But like what most people generally want to do is to convey something that's like proper to what they're trying to say. They want to all their opinions, all their needs, all their like complaints and stuff. Like it's all caked in a place where they need to like it's their responsibility to have an outcry, to be like, hey, this is here it is. Here's the thing. It is what this thing is. And it's time to be made aware. And I don't think that's so bad. Like, that's fine and dandy. But if you're doing it like, I'm gonna bombard your senses with this shit like crazy. And honestly, it's not even always a group effort. It's just some people conform to marketing like crazy. Or they assume the marketing is like perpetuated by the people that it's trying to market to or their demographic. And then that demographic doesn't really have... Most demographics don't really have like a time to say like, yeah, that's not really our responsibility or anything. Sometimes they're just happy to have something, to have like a thing say like, this is for this type of person or whatever. So they really don't have any complaints or criticisms, even though they should. But they're algorithmically, like if we're keeping this like strictly like a very terminally online sort of like reconstructive, deconstructive conversation, like they're likely not being fed the type of algorithmic nonsense that we would be. And then the moment that they see it is the moment that they have to win an argument. And when you are presenting something when they're in the heat of battle like that, they're going to be seeing it without clarity. They're going to be seeing like, okay, what exactly about this can I tear apart so this buffoon can shut the fuck up? You know, I'm about had it. I about damn had it with this bullshit. I just want to be me and you stay over there, sort of thing. Or sometimes it'll be like, you post your opinion about a thing that is inherently cringing because it kind of steps on the feet of the people that otherwise associate with that thing vicariously. They'll then be like, you stepped on that thing that's not me, but it looks like me and it feels like me enough that I feel like you're fucking with me, so I need to fuck with you now. Like a really faggy movie or something, and it's like... I didn't connect with any of the characters. It was all just gay. And then people are going to be like, well, what's wrong with gay people? Well, really, it's about bad writing and characterization and having like this vortex, this void of soul and creativity in a lot of properties where there should be. Despite how wicked and disgusting and satanic that like Hollywood or like most entertainment systems are, or media things, I think it's just a lot of that just comes down to just not being able to explain yourself properly. But the only reason people can't explain themselves properly about certain things is because they're not autistic enough, I guess, or they're too autistic and they're like, I need to convey my words with war right now because my emotions are hard to understand in this moment. I just need to fucking. That's what a lot of people do. They just speak in terms of war. They haven't really been taught, and it's something a lot of people find out on their own. And it just depends. Maybe it's a personality type thing, but you can usually speak in a way that's like directly about the truth, and you're listening for how many times that you're possibly looping the conversation, and you're just not participating in like looping it. You're like, well, you just keep your energy in such a way that you're not arguing. But in order to do that, you have to legitimately not want to do that. So you just don't. You can't. You have to like not feel it, and you have to also just give them the ability and space to just do what they're doing, because then the only way you can do that is to understand where they're coming from. But a lot of people have a problem doing that. They're not mature enough to be able to do that. They can't look at their, like, unless their, like, greatest enemy did something horrible, like something that needs immediate equilibrium dealt with right now. If it's something that's not a mortal concern, even if it's someone who, like, adorns themselves in such a way that, like, someone who looks like a gangbanger, someone who looks like a racist, someone who looks like someone who wants to convey the idea that they'll, like, slaughter everybody, if they're not capable of doing that, or they're not doing that and they haven't done that to you or anybody, then it's safe to say you can kind of just treat them like a termite. It just, you don't have to treat them like badly. You can just observe them like another, like something apart from yourself. And if you can just, I stopped drawing again. If you can convey whatever ideas that you need to, it's the same thing as, like, commerce between countries or something. Like, just keep it cordial, keep it simple, and if you don't, then be ready to do something about it immediately, I guess. But there's this, the number one thing should always be create a bond so that you know for sure that the other person knows for sure that you both know exactly where you're coming from. And if you've reached that level and there's still animosity, then I guess, well, keep all other participants out of it. Just don't let it spread where it doesn't need to be. Keep it private. Privacy is king. Absolutely. That's part of the problem. A lot of people don't care about privacy. They just think it's like, I need to fucking, someone needs to know about this now. Someone needs to fucking know about this now, goddammit. No one needs to know about nothing. Nothing whatsoever. Nothing at all. No one's owed that. No one needs to do, nothing prompts any of that. It doesn't, all that stuff does not matter as much as you might want it to. Because that's just like, that's raping someone's priorities. Like, it's not nice. It's not nice to do. You have to just assume throughout your whole existence this is just your problem, even if it looks like it might be more people's. Like, until you can't do shit like that. It's insanity. It's insane to me. And that's kind of where certain people are coming from, but even those people right now have a horrible PR. If you're, okay, I already explained the vicarious thing and how, like, that's ridiculous. No one should be like, oh, this guy who looks like this guy did something, so I guess all those guys who look like that guy did everything. You know, they're all guilty because this one thing is guilty. Like, no, that's not how that works. It's not reality. But if you were to try to demystify that, you'd have to, like, approach it from that angle and then, like, give it a place to really land with people. You have to make it, you have to, like, mend the shit. Yeah, I think I like that better. Look, I'm struggling over here. I don't know what to do. Retarded, yes. Yeah, that's what I want. That's exactly what I want. Where I want it. I don't think I need to add the nose snout thing. I don't know how to make the ponies look like they're fucking floating. I don't know if they do with their bottom legs when they're, like, flying in the air. I'm looking on Pinterest. I'm trying to look, but yeah, no, yeah, the fucking the people need to be honest. Honesty is up there with all those tenets I was just saying. Specifically, the innocence and responsibility, but the innocence is honesty. Like, that's already baked into it. So, like, there's no, again, unless you are weak or compromised, there's no reason to be dishonest. Dishonesty is what a lot of the worst parts of the world runs on, anyways. Like, that's like, there it is. Like, that's, Oh my god. Now I'm truly locked in. Talking has ceased. Hold on. Because this needs my attention. I just need to know what the I just need to know what the fuck to do with this, dude. I don't know what the fuck to do with this, dude. I guess their legs are just kind of straight when they're flying. All right. Now let's try to base it off of that. I gave her an ass. Yeah. So like I don't know. There's the biggest reason a lot of people end up in the kind of like annoying hot water that they're in, or like creating a lot of hot water with other people, is primarily because of pathological adaptations in realms or households or yada yada or wombs. You can distort someone in the womb just by like bad vibes or even like horrible karma or something like that, you know, superstitious shit. But like through these subtle activities to destroy what is holy, you can distort and mess up innocent things like children, and they end up fucking up more innocent things like making other children just as fucking dumb or bad as they are or some shit like that. You know, you don't, these are bad things to wish to avoid, but there's methods of avoiding it that just look, they're just a little too harsh and worth rebelling against. Like sometimes it's just like, okay, well, they got so heavy-handed that the only response to this is to whimper and do the opposite things out of spite. And that's something a lot of people run on. If they can't come to understanding of things, they will operate out of spite. And that means understanding has not been reached. It's just war, 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 war. Because to understand something does in fact mean on some level you are interfacing with it. You are having to involve it inside of your being. Like when you, like if you're a hater or something, you really hate this thing. And then you come to a vulnerable point where you're like, oh, it clicked. It only clicked because something inside of you changed. And now that thing is like part of your world. And there's a good chance that you'll see a lot of it now. And you'll interact with it. And it's because it's now in you. You've been infected. And that's kind of how that works. Like the yin and yang thing again. Like the dot of the essence and the dot of like the other thing exists within the other thing so that it can interact with each other, engage with each other. It's like, I speak English. That is part of me. If you do not speak English and I cannot understand you, I can only understand you on other things that I connect with, which is like body language or farts and funny things and laughing, you know? But if it's too alien, there is no connection. And that is entirely up to what we have in common. So it does kind of come back down to like a sense of like narcissism, a sense of like you can't really escape your own senses no matter how many times you like. Because what most people find out whenever they get to know a lot of people or whatever, like really big people or like worldly travelers, what they usually come, their takeaway is that, oh, we're all kind of the same. So it's a lesson you can learn without really having to spend over $60,000 on like plane tickets or whatever the fuck. You don't have to go. You don't have to go all crazy like that. Granted, I lean introverted, so I don't. There's not a lot that I care about outside of where I can explore by car. Honestly, there's a lot of nice places in the world. I suppose like it would be cool to go to Teotihuacan. It'd be cool to go to certain places that have temples, you know, but those are in shithole countries, and I am afraid of being stuck in those places without having any sense of like home there, you know? That's like the worst feeling. I hate that. I don't like going where I don't feel like I'd be at home really. It doesn't make no sense to me. And that's not closed minded, it's just that's innocent. It's my innocent instincts, and it's just how I have to be. you know? Which is also part of it, like kind of like, I discover that in myself. It's a weakness to some people, but to me it's not necessary to not feel that way. Unless I literally have to get over it because there's like an actual need, like it's dire, then yeah, I'll fucking deal with it, I suppose. But by my nature, where nothing is urgent, I'm not in a state of like panic to like do something or prove something. I'm like, yeah, it's fine. I don't give a shit. It's okay. It's not matter to me. We got all this at home, especially at like, God bless America. We literally got everything at home. Everything is right here. It can be cleaner though. It can stand to be a lot cleaner, I guess. But other than that, we're balling, bro. Um, whatever you say about politics and stuff, I mean that shit's just funny to me. I mean, it's all the world's a stage. It's just whatever, but it's a-okay. It's a-okay. Plus the origins of America and like the people that are here and stuff. I don't believe in the fucking original story as it was told. I have no reason to hang on to that narrative. But there's also no harm in me not believing it the way I'm supposed to, you know. But it does denote an idea that something's fishy. That's basically it. And what's fishy? I'm like, well, I don't know. There's just a lot of like Teotihuacan again. Like there's so many things in the ancient ruins of the Americas that resemble a lot of things that were in the East, like especially in like Egypt and stuff. And it like mimics an era that should not have intersected with each other. Like it just unless something just isn't correct, you know. But everything's all topsy turvy all the time, you know. Why wouldn't there be a big game of telephone or even something more malicious going on where you just don't convey the truth about people of the past to people of the present so that they have less rope to climb their way back to their sense of origin, you know? Ugh. We ain't all just slaves, bro. That's what's hard. That's insane. But some of you will be in chains because you've lost yourself anyways. So it almost validates the lie. If it was a lie, you know? Yeah. Look at that shit. Yeah. So, what else do I want to do? Because I want to fill it out. I don't really have much else to say or do. I mean, this is like, it again, it sucks that I can't use my fucking iPad on this, but this, I mean, it's not that bad. It's kind of fun. I don't know what the fuck else do I do? Alright. I think I'll do something a little thicker here. But, yeah, I don't know. I'll probably not think that out. I'll worry about thinking it out later, actually. Get that down here. What else should I do? You see, if this was live, I would be like, shit, what else should I do? And they would just spam slurs or something. Where'd the raccoons go? What the fuck? They were here a second ago. The hell happened? Oh my god. Dude. Nah, it's just dead air. Everyone left and they're just like, well, I guess we gotta go. Well, this fat happy bastard is staying right there. There's no one else is around, so I'll take up the grub myself. I'll dig in. You don't want to, I'll do it. Look at that. This is awesome. Okay. So, alright, he's skedaddle, dude. I don't know what. Yeah, now they're gone. Oh, they came back. Okay, alright. So, oh, Jesus. Okay, let me see. What else should um, huh. What is this? Nah. Actually, hold on, let me do something here. Yeah, I have like a whole folder of like MLP references or whatever in case I'd need it. I'll probably leave MLP alone for a second. Uh, hmm. You know what I want to. God, this is funny. And I gotta say, something cool about Crime Slug is just that they have fun, man. Like this music is not meant to be taken that seriously. You're not supposed to be stripping bananas down just because you think it's a meme and shit. It's just annoying to watch, bro. Like just have fun, man. Like this guy, it's Wigger Slam. Like that. Oh man, if that doesn't remind you of like fun retarded people. Like I don't know. Come on, like you gotta keep this alive. I want to see them tour with like Peeling Flesh or something, bro. Like they deserve it. They deserve it. This shit sometimes shit ain't goofy enough, man. I don't know. It would just be fun. Can you imagine? You can imagine seeing them play like a parking lot somewhere or something. Like, dude, that's whimsical. That's whimsical. All right. Okay. What the fuck is this picture? Holy shit. Oh yeah, I should. Okay. I don't know. I'm kind of at a loss of what else to do. I actually don't know how long I've been going. I should just keep it at those two things right there and just not. Maybe I'll come back and fill out the rest. Yeah. That's what I'll do. Because I like ran out of words. I ran out of steam. I ran out of. It's like midnight. I woke up at a good time today. I went to sleep at like 2, 3 in the morning, and I woke up at like 9, and I haven't done that in a while. But I like wasted it. I woke up and then I just stayed in bed for a good 4 hours. Stayed in bed just like scrolling reels just because I could. Whatever. I got a new like bed liner on my bed, like a thing that makes it way more cushiony than it otherwise would have been without it. You know, it was already kind of soft. It was a medium bed, medium firmness bed, and throughout my sort of weight loss workout journey thingamabob, it made the bed harder because I was lighter, and that's fucking uncomfortable. But we saved the day. Actually, now it's kind of nice. It feels like I'm laying on someone who's like fat or something. You know, there's a layer of smush. So, I feel pretty good on that now. Which might be why I like stayed out of it longer, but yeah, I don't know. We'll call it there. Just good old Kakarot and Derp. Two sides of the same coin, if you ask me. They're both beloved when they're blonde and stupid or whatever, Just well, no, Goku's not stupid when he's Super Saiyan. He's like serious, super serious. He's super straight, and she's panned because she can't see what she's fucking anyway. So it's all anything goes. Okay. Only said that because it was June, which is a problem because that's my birth month. I really had to take that. I think one last little rant. The fags should take February, and we take June because that's when watermelons ripen. And the watermelon is a freedom fruit. It's nothing to scoff at. It's a beautiful. It's a beautiful, not only good survivor fruit. It's huge and it's abundant and if it's ripened properly with the seeds, it's really sweet. It's delicacy. It does everything for you. It hydrates you. It'll let you eat. It clears out your shit, your bowels, everything. It's a superfood, man. It's a fucking superfood. There's nothing to be ashamed of with that one. It's got the red, black, and green all over it. It's fundamentally super cultural, amazing thing in the world. And it should be so. I mean, when I think about like, even if you exclude slavery, Black history does feel like it should be more summary. Cookouts, sweating, being active. Like it's just. Melanin is just a thing to protect yourself from like the harshness of the sun, and then to just absorb a lot of its good. Really, actually, it's not really much of protecting as it is more like it helps you harness its energy for all it's worth. But like a solar battery kind of people, just outdoors, just doing your thing. And what do you use as coolant to keep you going? Watermelon. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. Just not non-GMO seeded. Probably not so bad to grow most places. I guess, especially where I am, South Texas sort of shit. But I think there is like a watermelon orchard around here or something. But I don't know. I think they sell like yellow watermelon. But it's whatever. It's whatever. I mean, look, those misbegotten lost Negroes on like TikTok and whatever the fuck doing the fucking pineapple Kool-Aid bullshit, going on dialysis and immediately getting all their limbs chopped off for like the most sugary bullshit on the planet. Look, what they really crave is watermelon. They want something that's vibrant. They want something that's sweet. And they want something that's in abundance. Something that's real juicy too, like way too juicy. And I think, look, they would have to clean their palate like a motherfucker. They would have to be on a water diet for a month to be able to taste how sweet that shit is, because otherwise it's going to taste like styrofoam to them. But they're lost. They're not part of the race. They're not part of the species. You see, whenever they say like, "Oh, you're one of the good ones," the good ones are the original ones. That's how it's supposed to be. Humans are supposed to be good. You can't just be a good. It's probably more potent to say that you're one of the bad ones. It's probably more true to say that. When you're one of the good ones, humanity's supposed to be good. So when you see one of the good ones, just know that like, oh, that's what it's supposed to be, and everyone else is just a problem, a huge problem. So not everyone's gonna pass that test, but it's fine. Just so long as there's enough of us to be fine. I mean, that's one of the other things. There's more good people than not in this world, but a lot of good people are pussies. So they will just suffer anyways. Like, hell on earth is something like, you shouldn't have to wait till you die to go to like heaven or whatever, like you gotta take actions to make sure your shit's good now, because it'll be beneficial for the ones that come later, and it'll be fun. It will be, I promise you, it will be really fun to fight for what's right in the right ways. You can even do it in a way that makes you kind of a pussy. Just so as long as you find a way to secure your peace, then you've effectively, the Most High who dwell within you have been granted the access to experience peace because of something you did to make sure that's the case. And that's kind of what it's all about. Just pretend that like reincarnation is real, but eventually within the scope of infinity, You will experience all things that have ever lived, all living things. You'll experience them from birth to death. Every one of them. At least once. And that goes for trees too. That goes for things you didn't even know were alive. Maybe one day you'll be the life of the maybe one day you'll reincarnate and become the sun, but just in a different time frame, you know? Like no one ever said souls can time travel, screw it. And they can multiply. That's how you find soul brothers, is you find soul twins and shit like that. Sometimes you do just split off. But it's whatever. Those are just cute ways to think about it so that you're nice. Do nice things or something. But whatever. That's about the end of that one. Next time I'll probably come back and fill this one out. If I have more bullshit to talk about. Which I will. I'm full of shit. Yeah, I'll definitely have more shit to talk about. Alright, anyways, bye.